Welcome to lecture series EPG Padasala for Computer Science. In this lecture, we will be discussing corrective and preventive actions. Learning objectives: explain the difference between defect correction and corrective and preventive actions, outline the main types of internal sources of corrective and preventive actions, describe the main corrective and preventive actions follow-up tasks, identify the various participants of corrective and preventive actions and their contributions to its successful implementations. Major content of this presentation has been prepared from the textbook Software Quality Assurance from Theory to Implementation, authored by Daniel Gellin, Pearson Education Limited, 2004. Introduction: we are aware that prevention is better than cure. Systematic planning is very important for successful completion of any task. Systematic activities that implement organization wide improvements of effectiveness and operational efficiency fall under the heading of corrective and preventive actions. By promoting continuous improvement of effectiveness and efficiency, the corrective and preventive actions process has become one of the main tools used to achieve the performance oriented objective of software quality assurance. Corrective actions: a regularly applied feedback process that includes collection of information on quality, non-conformities, identification and analysis of sources of irregularities, development and assimilation of improved practices and procedures together with control of their implementation and measurement of their outcomes. Preventive actions: a regularly applied feedback process that includes collection of information on potential quality problems and analysis of departures from quality standards, development and assimilation of improved practices and procedures together with control of their implementation and measurement of their outcomes. Now, let us discuss the corrective and preventive actions process. Successful operation of a corrective and preventive actions process includes the following activities: information collection, which can also be stated as data collection, analysis of the information or data collected, development of solutions and improved methods, implementation of improved methods and follow up. A schematic overview of corrective and preventive actions is presented. Development process information, examples: design review reports, inspection reports, test reports, special reports of development failures and success. Product and infrastructure information, examples: customer complaints, software quality metrics and quality cars, internal quality audits, special reports of current operations, failures and success. We have development process information, product and infrastructure information, perform analysis of the collected information. Based on the analysis, feedback on the content and regularity of supply of process information is given. Similarly, based on the analysis, the feedback on content and regularity of supply of product information is given. The first block is with respect to the process and the second is with respect to the product. With the help of analysis carried out, development of solutions and improved methods is carried out. Corrective actions and preventive actions are done. Next, the implementation of improved methods is carried out. Follow up of implementation and outcome of corrective and preventive action is done, and the feedback on outcomes of improved methods and the feedback on the implementation of improved methods is provided. We will discuss in detail the corrective and preventive actions activities. Information can be collected from internal information sources and external information sources. Internal information sources: software development process, software maintenance, software quality assurance infrastructure class of sources, and project progress reports. Care has to be taken the information collected is not biased. For effective implementation of corrective and preventive actions, the information collected must be accurate. Any deviation from the accuracy of the information collected will lead to wrong actions. So, one important point is, when information is collected, the person responsible for collecting the information should ensure that the information collected is correct. Software development process, software risk management reports, design review reports, inspection reports, walkthrough reports, experts opinion reports, test reviews, special reports on development failures and success, proposals suggested by staff members. With respect to software maintenance, customer applications statistics, software change requests initiated by customer applications, software change requests initiated by maintenance staff, special reports on maintenance failures and success, proposals suggested by staff members. SQL infrastructure class of sources, internal quality audit report, external quality audit report, performance follow up of trained and certified staff, proposals suggested by staff members, software quality management procedures class of sources, project progress reports, software quality metrics reports, software quality cost reports, proposals of staff members. External information sources, customer complaints, customer service statistics and customer suggested proposals. Analysis of collected information. As I have mentioned, the collected information has to be accurate. Only then appropriate actions can be taken. Any deviation from the accuracy will lead to a wrong action. Analysis of information involves screening the information and identifying potential improvements. Analysis of potential improvements and generating feedback. Development of solutions and their implementation. Development of solutions. Solutions are required to eliminate recurrence of the types of faults detected, contribute to improved efficiency by enabling higher productivity and shorter schedules. Care has to be taken schedule slippage does not occur. Schedule slippage may delay future projects also. Updating relevant procedures. Changes in practices including updating of relevant work instructions, shifting to a development tool that is more effective and less prone to the detected faults, improvement of reporting methods including changes in report content, frequency of reporting and reporting tasks, initiatives for training, retraining or updating staff. Development of solutions and their implementation. Implementation of a corrective and preventive actions process. Implementation of a corrective and preventive actions process solutions relies on proper instructions and often training, but most of all on the cooperation of the relevant units and individuals. When I mean cooperation of relevant units and individuals, each individual and unit must be in a position to give accurate data. As I have mentioned already, deviations from accuracy may lead to wrong actions or wrong decisions. Successful implementation requires that targeted staff members are convinced of the appropriateness of the proposed solution. Follow-up of activities. 3 main follow-up tasks are necessary for the proper functioning of a corrective and preventive action process in any organization. Follow-up of the flow of development and maintenance of corrective and preventive action records, follow-up of implementation, follow-up of outcomes. Follow-up of the flow of records, follow-up of the flow of development and maintenance records related to corrective and preventive action from various sources of information has to be done. This enables feedback that reveals cases of no reporting as well as low quality reporting where important details are missing or inaccurate. Conducted mainly through analysis of long term activity information which generates feedback to the corrective and preventive action information sources. Follow up of implementation. This activity is intended to indicate whether the designated actions, training actions, replacement of development tools, procedural changes after approval have been performed in practice. Adequate feedback is delivered to the bodies responsible for implementation of the corrective and preventive actions. Now, one important point to be stressed here is the actions like training activities, replacement of development tools, procedural changes after approval have to be carried out very carefully. Consider training activities. An employee who has been appointed probably after completion of his or her graduation may be eager and willing to attend the training that is being given. An employee who has worked in the organization probably for 2 to 5 years, and if the management stress the employee to be trained in a different technology, sometimes friction may occur. The employee to whom the management has asked to get trained in a different technology must be willing to get trained. Only then we can expect productivity from the employee. Next, replacement of development tools. This is also related to the technology dimension. Employees may be working with a development tool for which he or she was given training, would be familiar with the technology, and now when the development tool is changed, the employees who are working in a different tool must get trained to this technology. Procedural changes. Procedural changes has to be done in a manner that does not affect the employees. Follow up of outcomes. Follow up of the improved methods. Actual outcomes enable assessment of the degree to which corrective or preventive actions have achieved the expected results. Feedback on the outcomes is delivered to the improved methods developers. In cases of low performance, formulation of a revised or new corrective action is needed. Organizing preventive and corrective actions. Proper performance of the corrective and preventive actions activities depends on the existence of a permanent core organizational unit, generally known as a corrective action board. Members of the software quality assurance unit, top level professionals, and development and maintenance department managers are the natural candidates for membership in a corrective action board. Task of a corrective action board: collecting corrective and preventive action records from the various sources, screening the collected information, nominating entire ad hoc corrective and preventive action teams to attend to given subjects or heading some of the teams, promoting implementation of corrective and preventive actions in units, projects, etc., following up information collection, data analysis, progress made by ad hoc teams, and implementation as well as outcomes of improved corrective and preventive actions methods. Ad hoc corrective and preventive action teams, a complementary group of potential participants taken from regular staff, join corrective and preventive actions efforts as members of ad hoc corrective and preventive action teams. They regularly focus on analysis of the information related to the team's topic, initiation of additional observations and inquiries, identification of the causes for the faults, development of solutions and the relevant corrective and preventive actions, preparation of proposed implementation revisions, analysis of corrective and preventive action implementation outcomes, and corrective and preventive actions revision if necessary. To summarize, corrective and preventive actions are activities that are not intended to deal with immediate correction of detected defects, but to eliminate the causes of those defects throughout software development departments. The main types of internal sources for corrective and preventive action process, the main approaches for introduction of corrective and preventive actions, and the main corrective and preventive actions follow-up tasks have been discussed. The participants in the corrective and preventive actions process and their contributions to its successful implementation were also explained in detail. I acknowledge the authors of the books which I have referred and the web resources I have used for this presentation. Thank you.